Welcome back, everyone, for another round of Planet Nomads. Today, we're going to begin work, which is more cosmetically focused on the big common level, the common room area, where we're going to have a lot of, just niceties, like a hotel type section. I'm wanting, basically, instead of fountains, we might have, the autonomous water purifiers going for decoration, but we're going to do a lot of cosmetic work today, which is, honestly, not my strong suit. So I've already expanded one more step out, one more ceiling tile distance on this floor, so I have a nice little overhang below for the floor, underneath, which means we'll have a nice view down when I get the glass windows in and everything. And I'm playing with some options in terms of how the hotel might look. We could do something like this. I do need at least a filler on one level. And you see I can maintain a good contour on that. I wish the walls will look better. I may end up just doing the flat walls on it, even though we really, I really don't like either set of walls. And finally, it's letting up on the, well, it is a little bit, still some thunder and lightning. That's one thing I wish I could turn off is the weather changes in this game. So I haven't filled in the entire upper section of the ceiling yet, but I did create at least the outside frame for it, so I know how I can, how far up to build. I know how far out I need to have certain things go, and now I just put these in, so if I make a mistake, the whole thing doesn't fall on my head. And because I have the nice view right in front of me at the moment, I want to keep the focus of this being the glass facing side of everything. And again, that becomes a bit of a problem in terms of how certain things line up. So we're just gonna build out a little bit and get rid of that spare erroneous one there, and we're gonna go across. And it really comes now to the problem of how I want the corners to fit. I really would like to stick with some kind of glass corner on this that comes down. So I probably will do that. If that's the case, then yeah, that will line up there. So I should be fine if I go and do this right there, which will let me then put in one of these to line up like that. And then another one of this. I really wish they would have done something better about the access change. There goes that. We have a nice brace that lets me have as much of a continuous piece of glass as I can, and it makes it where they can't walk up and, walk up onto it like a angled piece would be. And that means, yeah, I just have a nice spot here, so you walk up and you're looking out during night or daytime. You get to look down, see the world below. If you really want to step up, you can and do that. And we do not have a lower floor that shows because I moved it out a little bit, so that gives a nice visual. So actually, I'm going to have to move this side out and that side out and basically skirt around the outer edge of that to make it work. So this can go. So, yep, basically, if I want to do this, that's going to leave me looking weird because I'm going to have one line of just armor blocks to fill in this gap. Because, again, stuff in this game is not really made to line up the way it should in a lot of blocks. And it's very disappointing in that regard. I really am surprised that it was never fixed for these, because these line up perfectly width-wise, but that doesn't work. And if you make that work, you have to turn these the side way, which with that being turned to the side, it doesn't line up with the other piece. So you really, on the glass especially, we kind of got screwed on this. Well, screwed at least if you want something that looks, nice and contoured evenly. If you, can find a way to work around it, great. I've had to do that. This is the workaround, basically. Well, now I've run into a problem. I've built all the way across. Everything's lining up fine there. All the way over. And then I get to this end, and I have extra space. That if I put another one of these there, it sticks out. So yeah, this is why I'm testing this stuff bit by bit, because I know I'm gonna have to now redo all of this. Or now that I've moved all these pieces, I could technically just do what I've done in the past to make it work, which is I build a little buffer on each side and still use the same setup on the other end. I just basically add a little filler in between. It's not the ideal way to do it, but it does work considering the lack of conformity we have on certain blocks. So I would just build that and then do that same little there like that. Flip, 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 and there. And that gives me this little kind of a brace that goes along the outer edge and inside and gives that still contour to it. It just doesn't look as good as I would like it to look, you know? And there we go. I have at least a functional front facing piece, you know, front because it's facing towards the rest of the base right now. And that's how it's going to look for the part where it's like, okay, this is where we can have maybe create some kind of look of tables, benches, stuff like that. Common area just to hang out, maybe grab a little snack. And then we'll have like a true cafeteria. I'm thinking right now because of the view, build it here with a waterfront view. I mean, who wouldn't want a waterfront view for their little cafeteria, you know, their cafe area? So we'll do like a cafe over here. So I'm going to need this to be all glass on this side up to a certain point. And then the back is where I'm going to do like the hotel with the, you know, rooms for different visitors to stay kind of thing. Because this is a space station. We want to have visitors, right? And there we go. I have the glass extended all the way around the front and the sides, all the way to the back. And so what I'll do is I'll start building the hotel area, the rooms, and splitting everything off and keeping the straight posts like that. And then once I decide how far out I need the rooms to sit, you know, like maybe all the way up to this side, and we have like a, well, I don't know, like a little lobby type area. It's gonna be just small rooms, not big luxury rooms. You know, maybe just very simple, some storage, like a locker for your outfit, and a stasis pod, you know, for each one. So we'll have some rooms going across, a little check-in station, lobbies type thing. And at that point, once I know how far out I'll be able to adjust this back, went ahead and built it because it's easier to do it now. And then I just, you know, it's storage really. It stores the materials. When I don't need them, I take them out, use them for something else. And now you may have noticed I have some yellow squares on the front side because after thinking about it, this is probably the best place for me to put the autonomous water purifiers, to be honest. Build some kind of platform for them to connect in to below, and that will be, you know, done. And then what I'll probably do is, since I'm going to have so much glass area exposed with the upper levels, what I'll probably do is actually have another set of conveyors that trunk through the interior space of the stairwell to connect everything from up top back down to the production level below. So I'll basically have something that I'll replace, you know, a section of this, or have some place where I put something on a lower level that connects a trunk in from down below, and it comes up, making it a little bit easier to manage that without really affecting the visuals of this floor right here. Because I do want to keep this nice and open like this, nice and visually attractive, but I still want to have, you know, things like the water purifiers and of course docking station, your docking pads, hangar bays, things like that, where the cargo space is there and the docking pads have that ability to tie everything into the local production system if need be. And there we go, one of the autonomous purifiers. I went ahead and stacked it up 2 levels higher because, you know, I'm going to build some kind of base around it that will enclose it a bit. That way we have a nice view. Actually, you know what, looking at it, height level wise, it would make more sense to be down by 1. So let me just put it that way. And I really wish they would fix these to be easier to place. They are kind of a pain to place these. And, you know, we could do something where I tie in, since I'm not going to put something up top, I might do like a light on top of it. We'll go with a smaller light. And that way I can tie it in and we'll have this light that shines from above. A nice little glow up to the ceiling above this. Nice little aesthetic there, I think. I really would like to use the curved pieces. However, you know, we don't have the right curve to do a large circular pattern with them. So I guess it's going to be back to the same, something like this that goes around, even though I really wish there was a way to get a nice, smooth curve on this. It's just not in the cards with this game because we just don't have the right setup for it. And I'm actually going to leave part of this is just framework. That way it cuts down on the building cost in the long run. And I'm going to have to come back out a bit further on that. So that's, I guess, as best as I'm going to get it right now. It'd be nice if I had a way, even if I couldn't put a full block there, if I could just set a plant on top of it. That would add a nice little aesthetic there for that. I might just do the plants anyway to try and make it where I have plants along the edges to kind of keep, maybe, you know, like, yeah, don't come and look over this corner here and see how bad this looks. And there we go. So I've got part of them done. I've got more seeds being made right now. After all this, I didn't really want to go and harvest like multiple rows of stuff for that, just get seeds when I have greenhouses to produce them. So I've got greenhouses working on that. And you see, it actually does kind of work. I may end up just dropping them down, like instead of having it right there, take a couple of blocks out. Even though that is going to expose something, I could put them right there like that. Actually, that doesn't really expose what's behind it as much, and that does kind of make this a little bit more visually obvious. I think I'm gonna do that real quick. And there we go. Now they're dropped down. I mean, it doesn't have that smooth look to the front, but I could always add something to the front to cover that up. I do like the fact that it's lower. It does kind of help it blend in a bit. And that got me thinking, you know, I've got trophies showing here with stuff. If, you know, I could get enough parts for it. I'm still trying to get enough Gadillo parts and things like that for inside the house. But if I could get enough parts for that, I could actually be putting up trophies. Surprisingly, it won't let me mount on this with the trophy. But I could make this like kind of, you know, besides it being hangout area, this could be like trophy area like that. You know, we'll have some trophies laying around like that kind of thing, like almost a museum style quality to it. Yeah, look at that. That looks way too high. I like that better, even though it's exposed. So I'll be working with that a little bit more before next time. Get that fixed, get some more seeds done. You see it's still lagging up just looking at it from this massive structure that's starting here. All right, so that's gonna be it for this episode of Planet Nomads. I will continue working on this, like I say, try to get some more stuff done. And next episode, I plan to start work on the hotel type area so I can get the back end of things done and kind of see how far up I want to take some of the glass windows out. But if you enjoyed the episode, be sure to hit that like button. Leave me a comment below. Let me know if you have any suggestions or ideas for the base. And of course, as always, hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. I'm your host, Mr. Spicy. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to keep it spicy this week, and I will see you in the next video.